Title: The Letter from Heaven synopsis. Emily Dawson, an elderly woman in her late 70s, is battling terminal cancer. She lives alone in a quiet town, feeling forgotten by the world and questioning whether God has abandoned her. Her once strong faith has withered under the weight of loneliness, regret, and the bitterness of time. Her only daughter passed away years ago, and her granddaughter Lily distanced herself from the family after a painful fallout. One morning, Emily receives an anonymous letter in the mail. The envelope is plain and there is no return address. Inside, she finds a beautifully written message filled with scriptures of hope and encouragement. "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Isaiah 41:10. Tears fill Emily's eyes. She doesn't know who sent the letter, but for the first time in a long while, she feels seen. Each week, another letter arrives. Each one speaks directly to the emotions she's struggling with: fear, loneliness, regret, and doubt. They remind her of God's love, His faithfulness, and His promises. Slowly, the letters begin to rekindle the faith she thought she had lost. Emily becomes determined to uncover the sender. She visits the local post office, asks her neighbor if they've seen anyone dropping letters in her mailbox, and even calls the few distant friends she has left. But no one claims responsibility. Emily's heart races with anticipation as she steps into the local post office, eager to uncover the mystery behind the poignant letters. She engages the postal worker, asking about any unusual mail deliveries, but her hopes are dashed when he shakes his head. Unwavering, she approaches her elderly neighbor next, hoping for a clue, yet finds no answers. Her frustration grows, compounded by the isolation that these unanswered questions bring. One of the letters encourages Emily to mend past relationships, bear with each other, and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. "Forgive as the Lord forgave you." Colossians 3:13. The words hit her deeply. She realizes she has unfinished business with her granddaughter Lily. Years ago, after her daughter's passing, Emily had tried to take on the role of mother, but in her grief she became overbearing. Lily, a teenager at the time, resented her and eventually cut off all contact. With trembling hands, Emily writes her own letter, this time one of apology. She prays over it before mailing it, unsure if Lily will ever respond. Days turn into weeks, and then one day there's a knock at the door. Standing there is Lily, now in her mid-30s, holding the letter with teary eyes. As they sit and talk for the first time in years, Emily mentions the anonymous letters and how they've changed her. Lily listens intently before finally admitting, "Grandma, I sent them." Stunned, Emily asks why. Lily explains that she regretted how they had parted ways, but didn't know how to reach out. She prayed, and God placed it on her heart to send the letters, knowing that Scripture had always been Emily's comfort. She wanted to remind her grandmother of God's presence and open the door for reconciliation. Emily's face softens as she processes Lily's confession, tears glistening in her eyes, reflecting a mix of relief and sadness. Lily reaches out to touch Emily's hand, bridging the gap between them with a heartfelt expression that conveys hope and a longing for forgiveness. The room now feels heavier with emotion as Emily tightly holds Lily's hand, both women looking into each other's eyes, a silent understanding passing between them. A wide shot reveals the room filled with warm light, showcasing family photos on the wall symbolizing their shared history, while a comforting silence envelops them. Emily embraces Lily, overwhelmed by the realization that God had been working behind the scenes all along. Though her body is weak, her spirit is stronger than ever. She thanks God for restoring their bond, for the letters that led her home, and for the undeniable truth that she was never forgotten. As her health declines, Lily stays by her side, reading Scripture to her every night. And when Emily eventually passes, she does so with peace, knowing she was deeply loved by her family and by the one who had never left her side. Lily sits by Emily's bedside, holding a worn Bible in her lap, softly reading passages, while the setting sun casts a warm glow through the window. A serene view of an empty hospital room after Emily's passing, with a single white flower placed on the bedside table, symbolizing love and remembrance. Lily stands in a sun-drenched garden, gazing up at the sky with a hopeful expression, feeling Emily's spirit surrounding her. A close-up of Lily's tear-streaked face as she smiles gently, holding a handwritten letter from Emily, filled with words of love and gratitude.